Back to the main text. But the transcendental devotees of the Lord are not only free from material envy, but are well-wishers to everyone, and they strive to establish a competitionless society with God in the center. So they are not free from material envy, but they are also well-wishers to everyone. Ishvare tadadhineshu balisheshu dvishatsu cha prema maitri kripopeksha. This is one of the fundamental features of Vaishnava, Madhyama Vaishnava. 11 to 46. An intermediate or second class devotee called Madhyamadhikari offers his love to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is a sincere friend to all the devotees of the Lord, shows mercy to ignorant people who are innocent, and disregards those who are envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he is showing mercy, kripa. This is a fundamental feature of a Vaishnava. He is paradukha dukhi. This is a very common expression that we hear in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, but it means one who is very compassionate, one who is sad upon seeing others' sadness. But the context of this is to be understood from the meaning of this verse, which was composed by Raghunath Das Goswami, where he has described Sanatan Goswami as paradukha dukhi, one who is sad upon seeing others' sadness, one who is compassionate in that manner. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami has described Sanatan Goswami in his prayer Vilapa Kusumanjali, verse 6, where he has expressed his obligation to Sanatan Goswami in the following words: Vairagya yug bhakti rasam prayatnaira payayan mam anabhipsum mandham kripambudir yah paradukha dukhi sanatanastam prabhumashrayami. I was unwilling to drink the nectar of devotional service possessed of renunciation, but Sanatan Goswami, out of his causeless mercy, made me drink it, even though I was otherwise unable to do so. Therefore he is an ocean of mercy. He is very compassionate to fallen souls like me, and thus it is my duty to offer my respectful obeisances unto his lotus feet. So this is the meaning of Kripambudhi. We offer our respects to the Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyevacha. Kripasindhu or Kripambudhi means an ocean of mercy. What is the meaning of ocean of mercy? It means a pure Vaishnava, he makes those who are unwilling to drink the nectar of devotional service possessed of renunciation drink it. It is not just devotional service. It is devotional service mixed with renunciation that is favorable to it. External and internal renunciation. As demonstrated by Raghunath Das Goswami in his own life, he was not just internally detached. He was internally and externally detached. And Sanatana Goswami made him do that. Therefore he is an ocean of mercy. This is the mercy that a pure Vaishnava has for non-Vaishnavas, or even for inferior Vaishnavas and for impure Vaishnavas. Because he sees that those who are not tasting the rasa of bhakti that is present along with external and internal renunciation, he sees that these people are suffering, and he suffers upon seeing their suffering. Their suffering is that they are not experiencing devotional service with the appropriate internal and external renunciation. So this is the sort of mercy that Srila Prabhupada is talking of here. And this is from Adi Leela 5.203 purport, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Regarding the idea that Prabhupada is expressing here, that the transcendental devotees of the Lord are free from material envy and they strive to establish a competitionless society with God in the center, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur had spoken about this on the morning of 18 December 1936 in his last discourse. He spoke with great emphasis about many of these points, and he said, to rule a kingdom, a king is required, and to correct the king, another person is required. He might tell the king, you are seeking private happiness while we are seeking public happiness. Meaning, you are trying to make yourself happy, but we are trying to make all the people happy. But we say we want neither public nor private happiness. We want only Krishna's happiness. In other words, we are not interested in our personal material happiness. We are not interested in others' material happiness also. We don't want our selfish happiness, nor do we want to satisfy the selfish desires of the public too. We want only Krishna's happiness. The rulers have one kind of sectarian happiness. We will not participate in any sectarian happiness. We will join the party of Krishna's happiness, which means that we are going to accept anything that is required to make Krishna happy. There is no party feeling among Hari Guru Vaishnavas. Amongst Vaishnavas and the genuine spiritual master and Lord Hari, the Supreme Lord, there is no sectarian feeling. They are not vying with non-devotees. We do not long to become big in this world by rivaling non-devotees. This is a very important point. We are not interested in becoming very much respected by the non-devotees. Our only hope and desire is to become a particle of dust at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya's Sri Rupa. Adadana dantair idam yache punah punah. Srimad Rupa Padam Bhojit Dhuli Syam Janma Janmani. Taking a blade of grass between my teeth, I fall down and pray again and again to become dust at Srimad Rupa's lotus feet, birth after birth. And he again talks about this. He talks about this once more. We will never imitate, here it is, we will never imitate private or public stupidity. We will not become S, De, S, Basu, B, K or P. These are all notes taken by one of his disciples and which was published. This is an English translation from a Bengali translation, and whatever you see in bold was actually said in English. These words, private, public, appeared. Srila Saraswati Thakur was talking in Bengali, but these words appeared as they are. He might have pronounced full names, but when it was published like this, as was the custom. So the idea is that we are not interested in becoming another big person in this world. Again, here, the final goal should be settled first. All happiness should lead to the absolute fountainhead. Many think that the efforts of karmakandis are Indianism, but we do not subscribe to such Indianism. We should not subscribe to non-Indianism also. That will also go to the happiness of mankind. We take all for the happiness of Krishna. We do not admire black skin or white skin. We only say and will always say that the absolute should be served. So this is the teaching of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is only interested in that teaching. And again he says, I want rather to follow Sri Rupa. I want to become the eternal dust of his lotus feet rather than a British lion, a Russian bear or anything of the world. So this is the teaching of Srimad Bhagavatam, that we are not interested in becoming a big person in this world. Parasvabhava karmani na prashamchen nagarhayed vishwamekatmakam pashyan prakritya purushena cha. One should neither praise nor criticize the conditioned nature and the activities of other persons, referring to activities of materialistic persons. Rather, one should see this world as simply the combination of material nature and the enjoying souls, all based on the one supreme absolute truth. So the meaning of this is, let all people of the world condemn me, or let them sing my glories, but may I never be deprived of being a particle of dust clinging to Sri Rupa's lotus feet. So the whole idea is, I am a follower of Srila Rupa Goswami, who teaches us the message of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Rupa Goswami in Nectar of Instruction has taught how to establish a competitionless society with God in the center. If we all become pure servants of Krishna, naturally we will want to please Krishna's devotees in a manner pleasing to Krishna. And we will also want to please Krishna's other servants, the non-devotees, in a manner pleasing to his devotees and pleasing to Krishna. That is called keeping Krishna in the center. You can keep Krishna in the center of your life. You can keep Krishna in the corner of your life. At least you have him in your life. And then there's another possibility. You may not keep Krishna in your life at all. But to have a competitionless society, there needs to be pure devotional service. And that is what Srimad Bhagavatam is presenting. It is not presenting impure devotional service to Krishna. It is only presenting pure devotional service to Krishna. The contemporary socialists' conception of a competitionless society is artificial, because in the socialist state there is competition for the post of dictator. From the point of view of the Vedas, or from the point of view of common human activities, sense gratification is the basis of material life. There are 3 paths mentioned in the Vedas. One involves fruitive activities to gain promotion to better planets. Another involves worshipping different demigods for promotion to the planets of the demigods. And another involves realizing the absolute truth and his impersonal feature and becoming one with him. So these are 3 paths: Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, and this is Jnana Kanda. The impersonal aspect of the absolute truth is not the highest. Above the impersonal feature is the Paramatma feature, and above this is the personal feature of the absolute truth, or Bhagavan. One might wonder why the Paramatma feature is placed in between the impersonal and the personal. One may ask, isn't the Paramatma a person? Of course he is a person, but in his Paramatma feature, the Supreme Lord is reciprocating with the conditioned souls in a limited manner. Bhagavad Gita 13.23 Upadrashtanamanta cha bharta bhokta maheshwarah paramatmeti chapyukto dehesmin purushah paraha. The overseer and the permitter, the master, the supreme enjoyer, the supreme Lord, who is indeed said to be the super soul, he is the transcendental enjoyer. He is this transcendental enjoyer in the body. Yet in this body there is another, a transcendental enjoyer, who is the Lord, the supreme proprietor, who exists as the overseer and permitter, and who is known as the super soul. Now, the super soul only functions as the overseer and the permitter. He has chosen to restrict himself in his dealings with the conditioned souls in this manner. On the other hand, Bhagavan is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as he is in the spiritual world. So in the spiritual world, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is simply enjoying pastimes with his devotees. So that is factual personal feature. The Paramatma feature is in between the impersonal feature and the personal feature. Srimad Bhagavatam gives information about the absolute truth in his personal feature. It is higher than impersonalist literatures, and higher than the Jnana-kanda division of the Vedas. It is even higher than the Karma-kanda division, and even higher than the Upasana-kanda division, because it recommends the worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. It recommends that one should engage in pure devotional service to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. 177. The effect of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam is, simply by giving oral reception to this Vedic literature, the feeling for loving devotional service to Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, sprouts up at once to extinguish the fire of lamentation, illusion and fearfulness. Yasyam vaishtruyamanayam Krishne paramapurushe bhaktirutpadyate pumsa shokamoha bhayapaha. Unto Lord Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is a special feature of the Srimad Bhagavatam.